Today we will discuss about the endocrine system, the rest of the part of the endocrine system, which is part 2. In previous session I have discussed that nervous system is acts more faster than the endocrine system because it's having the ganglion and it's having the chemical ACH receptor which acts in the functional area of the nervous system that triggers the directly enzyme to the release towards the target organ. So in the endocrine system is having that it is a chemical reaction happen towards the main functional target organ and it have not any duct, so that's why it's directly go to the target vessel, means the hormone goes directly to the target vessel, means on target vessel or organ, like it's having the ACH property and it's having the property of chemical bonding, which is endocrine system, and it's having the that is the ACH triggers towards the neurosystems, neurocirculatory system. And it's having towards the having the property of the chemical combination system. So I already told you in the previous session that whatever the functional groups are there in the organ, in the target organ, that in response in order to that they are reciprocating other glands are always there, and there are some all of the glands are remaining of the endocrine glands. So in respect of the endocrine glands, so they are targeted towards the region, and at the target organ towards the circulatory system, means it's have the total entity of the aerial circulation, means it having, means like that. Suppose I am giving some example of that. If having the functional area of like glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids and sex corticoids, which is the main adrenal cortex function, and adrenal cortex and medullary function. Medullary and different kind of adrenal different kind of adrenal glands are always there. So functional area of the target glands, so like glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids and sex corticoids. Mineralocorticoids increase the glucocorticoids that triggers the cortisol hormone, that's the stress hormone, which is the anxiety hormone, which is known as cortisol hormone. That's located at the superior region of the adrenal cortex, which is the mainly cortical region, means superficial region. Medullary part is a deep region. Cortisol and mineralocorticoids. Mineralocorticoids and sex corticoids. So there is a three different kind of maneuvers are there in the adrenal cortical region. So those are the three kind of triggering hormones are there, which is going to the as a functional effect of the cortical hormone and the cortisol hormone that triggers the glucocorticoids, and the mineralocorticoids that triggers the minerals and other functional elements. And sex corticoids, okay. And so it is adolescent and it is androgen. Adolescence that triggers that is when adolescent in the hypersecretion that cause the addiction disease, which is virilism, which is known as adrenal virilism, and adolescent that is aldosterone. So that is an example for this. So I will first start with the pituitary gland secretion, which is characterized by the three parts: anterior, middle, posterior, which is known as pars intermediata, pars nervosa, which is the mainly anterior part, and distal part is known as pars distalis. Okay, I will draw it out. So this is the anatomical position. Pituitary gland. So first of all, I make it as a 1. So it is characterized, and those of the anatomical position, I make it a drawing of the anatomical position, which is the sala turcica region. At the basic, making the sala turcica region, and at the upper level, that is formation of the hypothalamus region, and there is a total cerebral hemisphere is there. At the level of midbrain, that is forming over there, and it is directly going to the target organ. Means directly towards the blood vessel and reacts with this faster, but less faster than the neuromuscular junction. So if I take it as like that, so this is cerebral cortex, it is corpus callosum. This corpus callosum region, and this is the hypothalamus region, and in this region that creates a base, which is sala turcica region. Turcica region, that is base, and this is hypothalamus, this is the midbrain, there is total cerebral hemisphere, there is frontal, there is parietal, there is limbic, frontal, parietal, limbic, and there is cerebellum. Cerebellum. So at the level of corpus callosum region, so there is a midbrain over there. At the level of the midbrain, that is beneath that, there is a hypothalamus region. So after hypothalamus region, that is known as pituitary region. So it is look like that. That is known as also master gland. So it is the master gland of the. It is pear-like structure. So if I go to the structure, I will come one by one. Okay. So if I am making a magnification of that is a pons level. That is pons. Cerebellum. There is cerebellum region. There is cerebellum region. That is more compact region, and that creates that region creates that relay center and pons, making our that initiate our the inspiration and expression of the whole body. And if I zoom it down here, so it looks like that. So it looks like that. See one. So if I zoom it there, so the picture will be like that. That is the region called, that is anterior, that is intermediate region, that is posterior region. So anterior region, that is known as anterior pituitary. It is intermediate, or also known as in betweens, and it is posterior. So there is three mode of secreting hormones are there. So hormones are one by one. I written down over there. ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, and HGH, human growth hormone, LSH, luteinizing hormone, and luteinizing stimulating hormone, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, and okay, I will tell you the intermediate region. I will tell you the intermediate, that is MSH, which is melanocyte stimulating hormone, and the rest of the posterior part, which is the vasopressin and oxytocin, antidiuretic hormone, which is known as vasopressin, which is ADH, and oxytocin. So that initiate, I will come across one by one the functional characteristic of this. So if I told you about the pituitary gland, that is the most functional thing, and that is the more relay center of the whole circulatory of the endocrine system. because it's is also known as master gland. I already told you that. Why it is known as master gland? Because it's circulating the all of the activating and means transcriptory hormone of the whole body, and it is maintained to the entire circulation of the whole body to requires the blood filling and requires the almost every circulating area, which is also known, that's why it is known as master gland. So it is pear-like structure. The structure, if I go look the if I look up to the structure, so it is structure look like that. Structure look like pear-like structure, 1.5 gram total weight around. That is pump like, it is bump like, it is a budding like structure. Budding means it is quite swallowing from the anterior to the posterior part. So it is look like that. And I told you about over there that is known as celotarsica region. That is celotarsica bone that creates the external hemorrhage from the pituitary, that making the protectory, and it acts like an envelope of the area. That's known as celotarsica bone, which is also function area of in the help of the Pons center, which is the part of the cerebellum. So I have to rub it down. So it is 1.5 gram of our weight and pear-like structure. And budding like enhancement. That is enhancement look like a body, means it is quite body structure, and it is bulky, and but it is the small in the center of the brain, which is midbrain area. Okay, so as it is, if I go through the, that is the pituitary gland, total the entity of the structure, and if I go to the function characteristic of the typical area, and which is supposed to be supplying as well as functions and hyposecretion and hypersecretion, what happens? First of I go with the HGH hormone, human growth hormone, which is somatotropic growth hormone. HGH, that is a function, is the main, if I rub it down there, that's the function is the main through increasement of body growth and towards the upper region increasement, and at the same level that increase the initiate of the muscle contraction and helpful for the increasement of the body growth. And for hyposecretion, that having the dwarfism, and hypersecretion happen gigantism. Hyposecretion and hyper. So hyposecretion, dwarfism happen, and hypersecretion happen the gigantism. And another some damage happen over there, the increasement of the tissue growth, acropolism, acronism, that is known as also acronism. That acronism happen, that increasement of the tissue growth at the same level, that is also benign, that is happen in the adenoma region and lymphatic region, that is in the lymphatic region happen, but mainly HGH hypersecretion that initiate the increasement of the another, in order to maintain, there is no maintenance of the cell growth and cell division of the typical region, any kind of lymphatic vessel or around the blood vessel structure, it can be happen in the mainly external and mainly external area is happen, means which is dorsal region, or mainly it's happening in the dorsal region like a skin staining region. So it's mainly benign region, mainly benign tissue, means it is not malignant tissue. like adenoma. Differential, if I go for the differential diagnosis, means like adenoma. Adenoma and mesothelioma. Mesothelioma region. So second of that, second of adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, that increasement of the that initiate at the level of renal region and initiate the adrenal cortex and circulatory region like adrenaline and cortisol. That is for formation of the adrenocorticotropic hormone main function. Increasement of the adrenaline region, which is mainly regulates the sodium and potassium level in the body circulation. Initiate the adrenaline region, adrenaline hormone increasement, and as well as sodium and potassium both. Initiate and regulates the sodium potassium region. Okay, so that hyposecretion and the hypersecretion mainly happen is that the mainly adrenaline corticotropic hormone, that is known as adrenal insufficiency, which is also known as hyperpigmentation, as well as it's coming under the hyposecretion issue, which is known as addiction disease. That is characterized by addiction disease mainly characterized by unusual body loss and shackle skin, and there is some eye darkness over there. That is increasement of the pigmentation of the level, that is initiate the hyperpigmentation, and mainly decreasement of the sodium potassium, hypovolemia, hypocalcemia and hyponatremia happen, and obviously hypokalemia happen also. And that is initiate the hyperpigmentation. And also it is also the number 3, which is the function group of the hormonal secretion, which is pituitary secretion. In the pituitary, it's coming under pituitary secretion. Which is number 3 coming is thyroid stimulating hormone, that is initiate the thyroid hormone, that is the thyroid stimulating hormone, which is T3 and T4 hormone, mainly T3 and T4 hormone, which is thyroid stimulating hormone, and that is triiodothyronine and tetraiodothyronine, that regulates the thyroid control of our stimulating area. Means it is having the bilateral control region, means bilateral glands are there at the level of trachea, at the level of choroids, at the level of tracheal initiation, and the junction and carina of the trachea and esophagus region mainly. T4 and T3, and that regulates what? That regulates the thyroid level. The thyroid level in the body. Thyroid level in the body. And if I go typically towards the thyroid stimulating hormone, then I have to come after that beyond the pituitary secretion, that is also circulating, which is calcitonin, that regulates the calcium secretion of the body circulation. It is calcitonin. So that hyposecretion and hypersecretion happen, which is known as thyroid atrophy in hyposecretion, also known as hypothyroidism. This function. Thyroid atrophy or hypothyroidism. So in other case, hypersecretion, and what happen? Hyperthyroidism. And in other case, in the hypersecretion case, that is known as hyperthyroidism. So in both cases, hypothyroidism happen what? That increasement of the obesity and decreasement of the appetite happen, and hyperthyroidism happen, that the reciprocal thing of the hypothyroidism happen, means decreasement of the obesity and increasement of the appetite. The three part is, which is luteinizing and follicle stimulating hormone. First of all, I am starting with the follicle stimulating hormone. So those are the all of the hormone is coming under the anterior lobe of this pituitary gland. So it is initiated the in male that formation of the testosterone, and for female that mainly initiates of the progesterone hormone. Progesterone hormone, and which is the mainly functional area of this area, the follicle stimulating hormone. So mainly other the hormones are like luteinizing hormone, which is LH, luteinizing hormone. So luteinizing hormone, it's mainly functional things of this, which is mainly for male, it's formation of the spermatogenesis. And for female, which is graphene follicle, that formation of the graphene, that formation of the corpus for female. And for female, there is formation of the estrogen hormone, and the graphene follicles. Graphene follicle of this luteinizing hormone secretion, and in their follicle stimulating hormone, that also the role comes on the role for the female, which is corpus luteum. That is the mainly function of the ovulation, and it acts the role in the fertilization at the level of the ampulla in the uterus region. Corpus luteum region. So it's all of this comes under the anterior lobe. So now I go through the intermediate lobes, which is secretion. First of all, the secretion, and it will be in intermediate lobe. Secretion, function, hyposecretion and hypersecretion. Hypo and hyper. Which is in comes under MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone. Okay, melanocyte stimulating hormone, that is increasement of this, that what happens, that's what is regulates the skin color. It regulates the skin color mainly. Formation regulates the skin color, which is the main skin nutrition and skin vagination, which is formation of this the skin cell, which is making an appetite also. In our appetite, that what color will happen, that it's regulates by the melanocyte stimulating hormone. Regulates mainly skin color, and it's also help us from our UV ray also. So mainly basically it's for hypersecretion that happen, that is also known as hyperpigmentation, which is also known as increasement of the dark color, and also known as Addison disease, and also virilism. Addison virilism, that Addison virilism is not always happen, but it is a rare condition, mainly happen in Addison disease. So I will come our last thing, which is posterior lobe. Posterior lobe is happen, which is that is pars intermediata, and first one is anterior lobe, which is pars nervosa, that is a pars nervosa and anterior lobe, and that intermediate lobe was known as pars intermediata, and that is known as pars distalis, which regulates two main functional hormone, vasopressin and oxytocin. That vasopressin hormone is an antidiuretic hormone that initiates, mainly regulates the reabsorption of the kidney, and also smooth muscle contraction, and also increasement of the blood pressure regulation. So in hyposecretion that happen, the controlment of the blood pressure and contraction of urinary smooth muscle, and what contraction and reabsorption and facultative reabsorption of the afferent tubules, means proximal convoluted tubules and distal convoluted tubules also. And so for hyposecretion, what happened? In hyposecretion that happened, the diabetes insipidus. So in that is characterized by the polyuria, polyhydra, and fecal urination. So that tends to decreasement of the water by the help of decreasement and the lower portionary level of the ADH hormone. That's why its releases always trying to release whenever you hydrate it. So always body tries to regulate and releases the total diuretic level of this, because it's by the help of aldactone also diabetes insipidus triggers. So it releases the water from the rest from the whole of the body. So that is known as diabetes insipidus, that characterized by the help, I already told you, that's polyhydra, polyuria. And the hypersecretion, what happened? Increasement of the blood pressure. So in oxytocin hormone, oxytocin what triggers? Oxytocin triggers the baby feeding breast milk. That initiates the contraction of the smooth muscle also, but mainly for breast milk that initiate the oxytocin hormone, that increasement of the growth of the mammalian tissue. So it's mainly regulates that sort of thing. না কাটবি না পজ করেছিস so the second thing our coming for, which is pancreatic cell, which is what are the pancreatic cells are there? Alpha, beta and delta. So alpha islets of Langerhans happen in glucagon, beta islets of Langerhans, which is islets of Langerhans cells are there. So islets of Langerhans cells regulates the beta islets of Langerhans, which is insulin, and delta islets of Langerhans, which is known as somatostatin. That is common bile duct. So I have to go for the anatomical position. This is common bile duct, and that is known as pancreatic. That is, and there is a pancreatic shape is there. Pancreas, that is pancreatic shape, and it comes under the pancreatic duct. So it is like it's supposed to be looks like that hypothetically. So it is pancreatic duct. That is common bile duct. So in the upper region, that is pancreatic duct, that regulates the pancreatic juice and formation of the catabolism. also regulates the formation of the list of Langerhans cells that triggers the three hormones, that alpha, beta, delta, alpha, beta, and delta. That alpha islets of Langerhans that regulates what? Glucagon. That what that can happen, that increasement of the insulin, that increasement of the glucose rate, that initiate increasement of glucose rate, that is around, that is in the width region, that is around 2.5 to 3.5, 2.5 to 3.5 of millimeter at the longitudinal area, which is 10 to 15 millimeter of the total region. 10 to 15 centimeter of the entire region means, if it is ductal region, then it is, if you come across the proximal region, that is around 10 to 15 millimeter. If you go along with that, that is around 10 to 12 to 15 12 to 15 centimeter region. So that glucagon, which is alpha, that increasement of the glucose level, that initiate an increasement of the glucose level, and beta isolate of Langerhans, which is initiate insulin, that decreasement of the level of glucose. If someone having the CBG means continuous blood sugar, having the high rate, then you have to give the insulin to regulate the glucose initiation, decreasement of the level of glucose. And another is delta islets of Langerhans, which is somatostatin, that triggers the somatostatin hormone. What happens somatostatin? It happens that somatostatin triggers, it is also known as growth hormone inhibiting hormone, means growth hormone inhibiting hormone, that totally close the regulation, that totally close the formation of the glucose, totally stop down the formation of, means if you go for the glucose, then totally decrease the and formation of the alpha and beta cell, means insulin and glucagon. That's why it is known as growth hormone inhibitory hormone. So it is done. After that, we have to go for the renal cortex, which is formation of the what? Which is formation of the adrenal cortex and adrenal medullary region, which is mainly upward and superior region, which is acts like a emergency hormone. That is also known as adrenal rush. When someone attracts towards something and someone down towards something, that initiates the infatuation and it triggers the hormone that is known as emergency hormone, which is adrenal cortex. We all know that there is vein-like structure, which is kidney. In that region, that if I go for the anatomical location, so if I go for the anatomical location, so it is looked like there is in the superior part of that, there is an adrenal envelope like that structure. So it's actually triggers the hormones towards the kidney region, which is the nephron. They are having the nephrotory module structure. If I go through the along the nephron and mechanically structure, comment down below also. Okay, but I have to go through this also. So there is a Bowman capsule, that is a proximal convoluted tubule, that is loop of Henle, and this is a convoluted tubule. After that, it is come across to the collecting tubule. Okay, it looks like that. So it is at the level of superior part, it is known as adrenal region. Adrenaline. So it's mainly happen in cortex part and medullary part. Cortex part means superficial part. So it's having the cortex part and medullary. Renal part also having the cortex and medullary part. Medullary part and cortex part. So cortex means superficial part and medullary means deep part. So in the cortical region, in the cortical region, there is a three kind of hormones regulators over there, which is uh, mineralocorticoids, sex corticoids, and adrenocorticoids. Which is first across with the adrenocorticoids. Corticoids, which adrenocorticoid, which is regulates the hormone of cortisol, that is initiatory hormone, which is also known as stress hormone, that initiate in the anxiety and the part of the initiation. And mineralocorticoids, which is known as adolescence, which is adolescence. And sex corticoids, which is androgen, which is mainly sex hormone, means male hormone mainly. So what happened in adrenocorticoids and mineralocorticoids. Adrenocorticoids happens initiation of the hypersecretion. What happened, that virilism, which is the mainly cortisol hormone increasement. So it regulates the mainly body control, that's actually control our minerals and the body productivity and the mainly increasement of the muscle gain, that regulate over there. And mineralocorticoids actually regulates our the minerals into the body, and mainly the adolescent hormone. And sex corticoids happens in the mainly for main hormone, which is initiates our sex corticoids region. So adrenocorticoids, it is a cortisol hormone that is mainly which is stress hormone, that initiates into the stress and increasement of the level of the anxiety, that initiate with the stress hormone, which is at the level of cortical region in the renal cortex, means renal superficial region. So it's happen in the hypersecretion. Is what happened in hyper, there is known as okay. So it is aldosterone also. Mineralocorticoids having the in this hypersecretion, there is a not so kind of thing, that is known as also hypersensitive of the cortisol hormone, that initiate mainly stress hormone, that in the formation of the hyperstressism, means hyperstressism in the sense of that hypercortisolism, which is form of the hyper anxiety people, and also having the phobic and claustrophobic people who having the formation of this cortisol initiation. So in mineralocorticoid aldosterone, when the formation of the aldosterone, that in hypersecretion what happened in hyper and hypo. In hyposecretion happen mainly which is addition disease. In addition disease, and for hypersecretion virilism, and having the adrenal virilism known as, because it's formation of the aldosterone, no? That is mineralocorticoids are forming the aldosterone, and that is forming the adrenaline virilism, which is also known as our addition is also happen for the hyposecretion, and hypersecretion also known as adrenal virilism or hirsutism. Hirsutism, what happened in for adrenal virilism, that increasement of the hormone, that virilism, increasement of the virilism means there is a loss of pigmentation over there, that is known as also adrenal virilism, that increasement of the hyper skin cell, which is the formation of the aldosterone hormone, that also in the formation of the virilism, and there is some and there is also in less pigmented skin of the superficial region. That's why it is known as virilism. But hirsutism mainly it's happening in the sex cortical, which is adolescent region, which is mainly that is formed in the hypersecretion, which is known as hirsutism. That increasement of the beards and mustache into the female region, that happen into the hirsutism, which is the hypersecretion of the sex cortical hormones, which is known as which is androgens, and also initiates in the mineralocorticoids region in the hypersecretion, also known as Conn syndrome, which is happens in, it is rarely happen, it is known as Conn syndrome, which is Conn syndrome, that is also initiated with the help of virilism, that initiation of the less pigmentation of the body. So after that I will to go for the thyroid and parathyroid region. After the rest of thing I will go for the gonads. So mainly anatomical position is like that, it is thyroidical cortex. So it looks like the below of that region, that is known as trachea. So before that, that is the region called in between region, and there is a bilateral thyroid region is there, bilateral thyroid gland. If I go for the anatomical, that is at the level of the trachea and esophagus in the carinal region. So if I go for the hormonal secretion that regulates thyroid stimulating hormone, that is T3 T4, I already told you that the T3 T4 triiodothyronine and tetraiodothyronine, that regulates the our thyroxine and thyroid level of the iodine secretory level, which is helps to regulate the goiter and exophthalmic goiter also. In for hyposecretion that happen myxedema and normal goiter. And for hyposecretion, what happened? For hypersecretion, what happened? Exophthalmic goiter, that increasement of the eye lobe, it initiates an exploratory eye lobe at the level of the contraction that happen. That is characterized, and that is a hallmark of this the clinical presentation of this patient, mainly in for the hyperthyroxine stimulating hormone region. Exophthalmic goiter. For the identification and for the clinical presentation, they look like a increasement of the eye globe. And I also told you that guys, that calcium also the initiates that regulates the calcium and the sodium potassium level of the body. That have no such anything of the hyper and hyposecretion of the level, but it's also regulates if it is lowers the level, that also easily increase the level, that having the form of the calciuria and increasement of the urine formation, which is also known as mainly formation of the urea means hyper formation of this urea, and in the form of urea that having the calcium particles which does not cross the permeable membrane, that is form of the calciuria. And parathyroid region, thymus gland. That initiates the increasement of the immune system. That after that is the most largest lymph organ, that is also known as largest lymph organ. That responsible for the immune response, good immune response, and the lymph and the formation of the lymph nodes, and initiates the largest lymph organ also of our body, like spleen, largest lymph organ. And also I forgot to tell you that the parathyroid glands are also there. Parathyroid for the parathyroid glands are at the level of the at the beneath and at the besides the level of the thyroid gland, which is the form of the hypo and hypersecretion, which is the form is the hyposecretion, that is the thickening and the thinning of the bone, which is known as hypocalcemia, and for hypersecretion that initiates the increasement of the thickening of the bone, which is thickening of the bone, which is known as hypercalcemia. That regulates the parathyroid level, that thyroid, parathyroid, and mainly T3 T4 also it regulates in our body. For hypo and for hyper, hypo is for hypocalcemia, hyper is for hypercalcemia. So last but not the least, which is our gonads region, which is the gonad glands, which is testic and ovary. Gonadal glands, which is gonadal glands, testicles, for male, ovary for female. That regulates the testicles, testosterone hormone, that mainly hyposecretion and the euphoidism, and there is a function area which is the mainly the formation of the infertility, and euphoidism, it is also the characteristic features this happens. Okay, and for female, that regulates the formation of the testosterone, and for that ovary for female, which is egg cell, that regulates the egg cell. Okay, and which is the formation of the estrogen and progesterone. That initiates the regulates the mainly breast size, and the female voice, which is the tuning of the voice, that regulates by the help of progesterone hormone and estrogen hormone, that increasement of the mainly ovulation and the egg cell formation, and the breast and mammalian growth of the human body, I mean female body growth. And the testosterone regulates the hormones, the initiation of the muscle growth and the voice, the hardness of the voice, then the increasement of the body growth and the muscle growth also. So that hyposecretion that happen mainly for this pneumocoidism. So that decrease that initiates that disorder tends to the decreasement of the level of the testosterone, that happen when the patient having the infertility and there's a sterile condition. So that is the thing of the total endocrine system part 2, which is already covered everything. Okay, if you know something, any kind of different thing, to do comment down below, and if you like this video, do like this video, also share this to our friends and with your colleagues, and if you subscribe to our channel and bell to the all button. Thank you.